If you thought the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake was over, think again. Kendrick just dropped a bombshell, suggesting that Drake is getting bolder and more arrogant as time goes on. Recently, it was reported that Drake bought a $15 million mansion in a remote part of Texas. Allegedly, Kendrick claims that Drake purchased the house because the age of consent in Texas is low, and the area is notorious for allowing young girls to be sexually exploited. The rumors are swirling that Kendrick has damaging receipts showing Drake allegedly plans to run a sex club in the mansion. This tea is crazy because Kendrick is about to get messy all over again. They say Kendrick is determined to end Drake once and for all and expose him as the shady and creepy man he allegedly is. With Drake's recent actions, it's hard not to believe these accusations. While Drake and Kendrick were dropping diss tracks against each other, Drake's house in Toronto was involved in a drive-by shooting, and one of the mansion's security guards was hit.
Police confirming a shooting occurred outside the home of Canadian rapper Drake in Toronto. This happening overnight in the wake of an escalating beef between Drake and hip-hop star Kendrick Lamar. This is the scene outside of Drake's home in the city's Bridle Path neighborhood, courtesy of our CTV News chopper. Police say a man sustained serious injuries after a outside that home and was taken to hospital. Police also say a suspect fled in a vehicle, but no description has been released. So far, there's no word on whether Drake was at home at the time of the shooting, but we understand from police that he has offered to fully cooperate with them.
Initially, fans blamed Kendrick because he and Drake had been trading shots and airing out dirty laundry. Kendrick even put a photo of Drake's house on the cover of his diss track, Not Like Us, complete with Drake's address. So when someone shot up Drake's house, people were quick to point the finger at Kendrick for revealing the address. However, other fans pointed out that Drake's address had been public long before he and Kendrick started their feud. Social media quickly exonerated Kendrick and started pointing fingers at the weed, claiming it was his way of getting back at Drake for shooting at his manager's house a few weeks prior. Although Drake never took responsibility for that incident, it is believed he allegedly put out a hit due to an ongoing feud with the weed. At this point, Drake is beefing with half the internet and half of Hollywood, making it a whole mess. To give some context, anyone familiar with the Weeknd knows Cash, his longtime associate. Thankfully, Cash wasn't harmed in the shooting, but a security guard was hit and ended up in the hospital. This incident was a chilling reminder that sometimes the drama spills out of the music and into the real world. The police released a statement saying the victim, a 36-year-old black male, was inside a guard shack when he heard several shots and discovered he had been struck. The suspects, described as 3 males with no further details, fled the location. The LAFD responded and transported the victim to a local hospital in unknown condition. The incident occurred on the 17,500 block of Jaden Lane Road on April 29, 2024 at 2:25 a.m. With all this going on, it's no surprise that some people assumed the beef between Kendrick and Drake was over. Drake even posted a pity message on Instagram, hinting that he was dealing with depression.
This is criticism. Maybe I do. But when you die, will people notice? When I go, there will be a lot of memories of me by a lot of people. Many will hate me, even so. A person needs to live with failure. Otherwise, what's more?
This was concerning, even though we thought the feud between Drake and Kendrick was over. But we were wrong. Kendrick went above and beyond in his diss track to expose Drake as a weirdo who allegedly preys on young girls. And it seems like Drake isn't even trying to fight these allegations. A couple of days ago, it was announced that Drake had purchased the Dozy Doe Ranch in Washington, Texas, for a whopping $15 million. According to reports, the property features of 14,300 300-square-foot Mediterranean-style home with a wide range of amenities, including an organic farm, an equestrian facility, a resort-style pool, a hot tub, and a tennis court. The surroundings are filled with pecan trees, wildflowers, 3 ponds, and Peach Creek. So it's your typical lavish ranch-style wrapper mansion with some country flair. However, what is really concerning is the location of the mansion because it's a bit sketchy. First off, the ranch is in a very remote area. The location in Texas already raises some alarm bells. But hey, maybe Drake just wants some country privacy, right? Being one of the biggest celebrities in the world and having your last house shot up, maybe you just want some space to yourself. However, the really sketchy part is that the area is notorious for very shady activities. The kind of shady stuff that Diddy is being accused of by the feds. And that's not all. There are also allegations.
Your relationship with Drake. Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he's like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys, he helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
If I'm being real with you, bro, growing up in high school, 16, 17, 18, having a crush on the baddest girl in your school, and then seeing her post at Drake's mansion every single time, seeing Drake in the follows, you don't know how demoralizing that is to a young teenage boy in Canada. So if I'm gonna be real, I've been waiting for this guy's downfall for a minute. I'm gonna still bump his music because that shit goes crazy, but this is for the younger generation. They don't have to deal with that no more.
It seems like Drake's team successfully buried the incident, and almost all references to the case have disappeared from the internet. However, the woman, Lee Lace, gave a few interviews where she detailed the alleged assault by Drake. Strangely, these interviews also mysteriously vanished. But you know me, I'm always here with the inside scoop, and I managed to uncover one video of Lee discussing the incident. You've got to listen to it for yourself.
How sure are you that you're pregnant by Drake and not somebody else?
Let me tell you something. And I'm going to just make this clear because, you know, I have been asked that before. I have a child, okay?
Okay.
I'm a mother already, okay? I know who I sleep with unprotected, period. So it's 100% sure he knows it. So at the end of the day, I'ma just leave it at that, you know.
And when you approached him about it, because you told him you were pregnant,
right?
What was his response to that information?
He pretty much was just like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And then I told him, and then he pretty much was like, "I'm gonna call you back," and the phone calls just stopped. Everything stopped.
Well, Kendrick is now suggesting that Drake allegedly purchased the house in Texas, specifically in that location, because he could easily operate an S-Club with young girls due to the lax laws in Texas. Allegedly, the streets have been buzzing with these claims, and internet sleuths haven't been holding back on Drake. They've been expressing sentiments like, "I have a feeling that Drake is going to end up like Diddy." Many are relieved to see Drake being called out for his questionable behavior towards teenagers on a broader scale. However, some individuals are still defending him, which strikes many as odd. Personally, I've never been a fan of that kind of weird behavior from Drake, so I'm glad to see him facing some consequences. How do you feel about this? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check out the next video.